professional consultation includes many skills, namely technical, knowledge about treatments and services, product knowledge, effective communication, and observation. Consultation is a two-way process. Clients often know a lot about their own hair. Sometimes what the client wants is not possible, or a client may not know what they want, and a process of advice and discussion needs to take place. The client and stylist should agree in advance on the hairdressing service to be carried out, how much it will cost, and how much time it will take. It is very important that the stylist has a good knowledge base of what they are discussing with their client. If you are unsure, refer to a senior member of staff or a manufacturer's guidance. The consultation should be recorded on the client's card. This record card must be updated on every visit.
Three main areas of a consultation. Establishing influencing factors. An influencing factor allows you to make an informed choice that is specific and personal to your client. This does not stop you from carrying out a hair service. It generates thoughts of what can and cannot be done. Establishing contraindications. Contraindications can prevent you from carrying out a service. They include identification of cross-infection, identification of chemical misuse, and finally, testing.
Check the following features of the hair. Porosity. This concerns itself with the condition of the cuticle scales. Feel how smooth or rough the hair is. Porous hair absorbs liquids and therefore chemicals more quickly. If the cuticle scales are flat, the hair is smooth and looks shiny. Products are then absorbed easily. Damage causes the scales to be raised, therefore porous hair will absorb unevenly. Texture. How thick or fine is each individual hair? Density. How much hair is there per 2.5 centimeters squared? Length of hair. Are there various lengths or just one length? If the hair is fairly long, it may have been through several chemical processes and may be in bad condition. Growth patterns. Which direction does the hair grow from the scalp? This needs to be assessed very carefully before choosing your technique. For example, cutting the crown too short could have an uncontrollable outcome. Curl. How much natural curl does your client have? Elasticity. This deals with the strength of the cortex. When hair is in good condition, it is springy and bouncy. Hair in bad condition will stretch, then break or snap. Face shape. Assess your client's face shape for suitability and style the hair to maximize your client's best features and minimize the less attractive features. Is it oval, round, oblong, triangular, pear, heart, diamond, or square? Assess features of the head shape, such as flat crown, a protruding occipital bone. Is the shape long, narrow? Does it have flat sides? Is it symmetrical? Eye color. Skin tone. Check for a warm or cool tone and colors such as pale, fair, olive, dark. Does the complexion have freckles? Check for previous and existing chemical service. Check the natural hair color. Lifestyle. Consider whether the service will be high or low maintenance, and is it manageable and does it fit into the client's lifestyle?
All hairdressing services require some type of home maintenance, especially the chemical services, as this type of service can compromise the overall condition of the hair. Be advised that your clients should be leaving your salon with a range of professional products that will enable them to carry on their home care maintenance. Your client may be allergic to chemical products as well as having a history of previous allergic reactions. A person with a history of allergies may be more susceptible to others. Not all skin disorders are going to prevent you from applying permanent colours. Your client may suffer from psoriasis. If so, be advised to use milder chemicals such as quasi or semi-permanents. Doctors advise, does your client have medical information that they maybe need to share? This could be a history of allergies or medication that they may be taking. It may be that they've been advised from their doctors not to pursue chemical services.
Effective communication and listening skills. Use simple and clear language.
It is important to use appropriate speech when expressing your ideas and opinions to your client. Use expressions containing non-technical language or jargon. Use a level of vocabulary to suit the client. Keep to the subject matter, pronounce words distinctly and at a pitch and level to suit those listening. Adapt your language style to suit the client. Allow opportunities for others to express their views and ask questions. Allow opportunities for clarification and check your client understands the process, outcome, price and service time. It is important that your client feels you are listening and engaged during the consultation. Maintain eye contact, use verbal and non-verbal methods to communicate. Use body language and gesture as well as speech.
Think about your tone of voice, pitch, speed of delivery, pace, volume, variation, intonation, and use of pauses. Once you have covered the main points, move the discussion to a conclusion. Summarize the main points, check for clarification, use questioning techniques. A closed question requires a one-word answer. Have you used permanent colour on your hair? Yes. An open question requires a longer answer that encourages a detailed answer. They are good icebreakers and provide more detail of what the client might require. How was your holiday? Was your style easy to manage? Observe body language of your client and yourself. Kinesics. Body language reveals your feelings and meanings to others and of others to you. Body language is not just about how we hold and move our bodies. Body language encompasses how we position our bodies, closeness to other people and how it changes, our facial expressions, how our eyes move and focus, how we use touch, how our bodies connect with other non-bodily things, for instance, pens, glasses and clothing, our breathing and other less noticeable physical effects, for example, our heartbeat and perspiration. Use clarification techniques including repetition and questioning. Repetition, repeat telephone information back to the client, times, dates, the nature of the service, the name and phone numbers. Repeat back booking information on arrival. Repeat information you have received to your client with an open questioning technique. So, last visit you had a semi-permanent colour, is that correct? And today you're interested in a change of haircut? Encourage your clients to ask questions or seek clarification in case they are unsure or uneasy about the service. Use tact. Observe face expressions and body language to assess your client's frame of mind. Use tact. Know when to stop talking. Listen with interest and understanding. Provide encouragement. Provide confirmation that you have heard and understood your client. Maintain eye contact.
Consultation is an imperative part of a hairdressing service. We need to be experienced and knowledgeable when dealing with chemicals. We need to feel confident in our delivery and application, and we need to know that we have covered all areas of importance, asked all the right questions and made all necessary observations.